So this weekend I was just browsing Twitter, you know, looking at pictures of Avery, the usual, when I stumbled across this advertisement for the latest Pokemon X Build-A-Bear collaboration. And I wondered to myself, just how many brands has Pokemon collaborated with over the years? And the answer's a lot. Like, a lot. I mean, Pokemon is the biggest media franchise in the entire world. I'm not quite sure what I was expecting. And this sort of sent me down this insane rabbit hole that consisted of me looking at all sorts, from Pokemon Pop-Tarts to Pokemon shoes. Pokemon shoe. All until I looked at the time and saw that it was 3 AM and I had spent hours looking at the branded merchandise of several mega corporations. God, my life is meaningless. But at the time I thought, there is one way I can make these last few hours of being a mindless consumer not a complete waste. Share the useless information with you lot while giving you my thoughts on some of the products I found. So yeah, welcome to this completely unorganized ramble of a video where I talk about some Pokemon brand collaborations. The collabs I'll be talking about in this video are fairly recent ones, so it's the kind of stuff you guys should still be able to find now if you search hard enough. Sorry to all you Pokemon Pogs fans out there, but this ain't the video for you. We'll make a visit to the 90s in another video maybe. But for today, you're chatting with the ghost of Christmas present. I mean, my facial hair ain't that out of control yet, but you get what I'm saying. We're looking at some recent Pokemon brand collaborations, okay? I don't have any clue how to structure a video, let's just get into it. Right, so we're starting off with one of the most well-known and universally loved Pokemon collabs, the Pokemon X Build-A-Bear range of plushies. We'll get into some cooler and more obscure stuff later on in the video, just bear with me for now.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now this range kicked off in December 2015 with the Build-A-Bear Pikachu plush, and I have to say, even though most people really like this range of plushies, I kinda really don't like it. All the Pokemon Build-A-Bears have to be made in a certain way to ensure that they fit into the Build-A-Bear clothing that they make for the plushies, making them all look really off-model. So if you're not interested in dressing your Pokemon plushies up like I'm not, then there isn't really a whole lot going for these plushies. I mean, just compare Build-A-Bear Pikachu to this random other Pikachu plushie I found online for way cheaper. The regular Pikachu looks way more accurate and nicer and costs way less. If you do like dressing up the boys, then yeah, maybe consider the Build-A-Bear Pokemon. But if you want an accurate, nice looking plush of the Pokemon, then I'd consider going elsewhere if I'm honest. Also, they gave Pikachu bare feet. This isn't what Pikachu's feet look like. He has long ass skinny rat feet, not these bear stubs. Not that I'm into Pokemon feet or anything. I just wanted to point out just how off-model these plushies are. I'm pretty sure this set was only meant to consist of Pikachu at first, considering we didn't see the release of the rest until after the summer of 2016. And we all know about the spike of popularity Pokemon had during that summer. I wonder why. The first Pokemon they released after Pikachu was Eevee, because of course, you know, secondary mascot of the franchise and all, followed by Charmander and Squirtle. But no Bulbasaur just yet. We'll get onto him later because he was released much later. One thing I actually really like about these Charmander and Squirtle plushies is that they have fully modelled mouths. Unlike most plushies of these two that just have stitching to represent the mouths, it really helps to make them look unique and high quality. The fire on Charmander's tail is also really nicely executed. I'ma be real, these two are probably my favourite of this entire range. After these two, they released some pretty average Meowth and Vulpix plushies. The Meowth came with his very own Team Rocket uniform, which was pretty cool though, but the Vulpix had the exact same body shape as Eevee, because as I previously mentioned, they wanted you to be able to mix and match the clothing basically. After that, they finally got around to Bulbasaur, almost an entire year after the other two Kanto starters. Before Bulbasaur was revealed, there was a lot of talk on Twitter that Build-A-Bear were having trouble making him because of him being a much different shape to the Pokemon that they had made so far. And I can kind of see that in the final product, if I'm honest. I can't help but feel that this Bulbasaur is so misshapen and fat and just weird looking. On top of this, you can't even put any of the Build-A-Bear clothes on it, just the hat and scarf that it comes with. If you can't dress it up like the others, and it's not that great looking, then what's even the point of this one? It seems like they only really made him to finish off the Kanto starter trio, and the fact that it took ages for this one to release kind of backs up that point, as they were probably trying their best to look for a way to get this one to work better. But yeah, This one's definitely my least favourite of this whole bunch. Sorry, Bulbasaur. From this point onwards, we got Jigglypuff, one of the better looking ones in my opinion, which they amazingly included with a microphone. Alolan Vulpix, a very lazy decision considering it's mostly a recolor of regular Vulpix. Piplup, a standout plush for sure considering it's one of the only ones that represent a later generation. Psyduck, who is extremely fat looking for some reason. What a chunky boy. Misty must really be overfeeding him nowadays. They also did a Snubbull for some reason. Snorlax, which they released in 2 sizes. A regular 14cm plush and a jumbo 60cm plush. Pichu, and then most recently, they released the original 3 Evolutions. Now, of course, these 3 all use the same body shape as Eevee and the Vulpixes, because like I've said countless times, they wanted you to mix and match the clothing. And I think this shape does work okay for Flareon, but I'm pretty sure Vaporeon and Jolteon are meant to have longer, more slender looking bodies, especially Vaporeon. They kind of look like they're in some sort of chibi style like this, which I guess if you look at them that way, they're okay. So far, the Build-A-Bear collaboration has had some hits, and it's had some misses. So overall, I'd say if you're not interested in dressing up plush toys, then the set is insanely average, and there are much more higher quality Pokemon plushies out there. And with that, I'm very much ready to move on to the next collaboration so I can stop being so negative. So we've covered a Pokemon toy collaboration, so how about now we talk about a Pokemon clothing collaboration? The most globally well-known clothing brand to collab with Pokemon in recent years would be Adidas. Not Adidas, it's Adidas. Now, this collab is incredibly hard to keep track of because depending on which country you're in, there's completely different products on sale with stuff being taken away and added constantly. So for example, if you check Adidas in Japan, they'll have different stuff to Adidas UK, they'll have different stuff to Adidas America and Germany and Australia. You get the point. They all have different products, and it seems like I check them again a few months later and the range is completely different for each. Like the other day, I found this Pikachu backpack on the Adidas UK site, and I swear it wasn't there before. So to savour what's left of my sanity, I'm just going to be covering some of the Pokemon trainers that Adidas has released. Besides, I wouldn't be caught dead wearing some of this other stuff. Like if I wore this, all it would take is some vodka, and for me to be born a little bit to the east, and I would be a legitimate Pokemon squatting Slav. By the way, when I say Pokemon trainers, I mean what you guys in America call sneakers. Not like Pokemon trainers as in like youngster Jimmy or anything like that. Just thought I'd point that out. So first up, we have these pretty cool Pikachu trainers. I feel like these find a really good middle ground between being minimalistic and still representing Pokemon, and not just looking like ordinary trainers. They're white with small line art of Pikachus all over them, have large Pikachus embroidered onto the one side, and have yellow lace tips and backs. They also released a Squirtle version of these trainers, which had blue parts where the Pikachu ones had yellow, and of course the artwork is of Squirtle instead of Pikachu. From what I know, they never released Charmander or Bulbasaur editions for these trainers for whatever reason, which seems like a pretty big missed opportunity. Although we didn't get Charmander or Bulbasaur trainers, we of course got even more Pikachu trainers, such as these ones, which feature large retro pixel art of Pikachu on the outside and pixel art of various other Pokemon on the inside. These are pretty nice in my opinion, but there is one pair that I like even more than both of the pairs we've seen so far. These bad boys. And I must admit, it's mostly because they look more like something from Vans or Converse than anything Adidas would make. Somehow Pokemon have never actually collaborated with Vans or Converse as far as I'm aware, so these would make for a really nice alternative. There's probably like 5 more pairs of Pikachu Adidas trainers out there that I haven't even mentioned in this video, being sold in countries that I've probably never even heard of. It'll be a nightmare, but somebody really needs to document all of this properly. Something similar to the Sonic Gear website maybe. So what if I don't want Pikachu themed shoes? What about the general Pokemon trainers? Well, you've got these white ones with line art of various Pokemon on the bottom. Pretty boring looking, nothing special. And then you have these black ones. Ah, crap, sorry. I accidentally inserted a picture of a generic Adidas shoe in place of the Pokemon one. Wait, no, that is the Pokemon X Adidas trainer? It's just a regular ass shoe? Why collaborate with the biggest media franchise of all time that everyone loves just to produce this? It's like it was made for someone who's the biggest Pokemon fan in the world but didn't want to admit it to his buddies. They're trying not to make the design too over the top, And then there's this, in my opinion. And this is just very boring and pointless. There is one company that also made Pokemon trainers that were pretty basic looking too. However, I think they pulled it off quite a bit better than Adidas. It's Fila. Fila? I hardly know her. That's right, the Pokemon X Fila range of trainers. It released exclusively in South Korea back in 2018, and in my opinion, they're just a tad cooler than the Adidas trainers. Each one is fairly basic, but has a colour scheme that represents a specific Pokemon. For example, they have these Velcro trainers of Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and Pikachu. Each of them are white with accent colours that represent each of the Pokemon. So for example, the Pikachu ones have yellow accents, the Bulbasaur ones have green accents. You get the idea. Each Pokemon even appears on the inside of their respective shoe. There are laced versions of these, which are kind of a downgrade in my opinion, and a little too basic. I think they got the design perfect with the Velcro ones. The lace versions include designs for Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle and Charmander, the same as the Velcro ones, but also include an extra design for Jigglypuff. In addition to the ones I just showed you, the laced range also has this extra design which really sort of contrasts with everything else in this set, being that instead of being plain white with minor Pokemon details, they're bright yellow with Pikachus all over them. One extra little tidbit is that each of the laced Fila X Pokemon trainers come with one of these really cool iron-on badges, and the trainers themselves come in these really cool Pokeball themed shoe boxes. I've never seen shoes come in a tube before. From what I know, the Velcro trainers don't come with the badges, and also come in this slightly less interesting regular shaped shoebox. Overall, although the Fila X Pokemon range of trainers is pretty basic in terms of design, I do really like how each of the trainers was based on a specific Pokemon and its colour scheme, making it just a tad cooler than the Adidas collab in my opinion. Moving on from Pokemon shoes though, how about we talk about some Pokemon T-shirts? Now I'm going to satisfy all you hypebeasts out there, as the next collaboration I'm going to be talking about is the Pokemon X Bape collection of t-shirts that were released in Japan back in 2017. Now I'm not a hypebeast myself or anything, and I certainly don't have enough money to be owning any Bape clothing, but these shirts are probably my favourite thing out of anything I've featured in this video. The shirts feature Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle and Pikachu, all in the Bape style, as well as both black and white shirts featuring all four of them. I really like how the Pokemon look, and I bet these shirts are super high quality. I mean, I would hope so considering the price range. These shirts are also how I found out that Bape actually stands for a bathing ape. I'm really out of the loop with these things, okay? Again, although I'll probably never wear anything Bape, this is probably my favourite Pokemon clothing collaboration that I've seen so far. Anyone else getting kinda hungry after browsing all this Pokemon clothing? How about we get something to eat? Maybe stop by Baskin Robbins and get something from their Pokemon range of ice cream. Yeah, you heard me right. As a part of a promotion for Pokemon the movie Coco, Baskin Robbins stores in Japan are doing 2 separate Pikachu flavours of their ice cream. A triple soda flavour that mixes the flavours of melon, cola, and popular Japanese soft drink Ramoon, and has vanilla Pikachu toppings. And a Pikachu Thunderbolt mixed fruit flavour that mixes all sorts of fruits such as pineapple, peaches, bananas, apples and oranges, and even little popping candies. This flavour has chocolate Pikachu toppings as well. What more could a man in his 20s ask for? There's not just these two though, as you can even have your Pokemon ice cream served in Pokeballs. And what do you use to eat it? Well, Pikachu spoons of course. Regular old ice cream not good enough for you? How about Pokemon ice cream cake? It even features Scorbunny and Yamper. Pokemon collaborations can actually represent Pokemon that aren't from Gen 1? Who would have thought? On a real though, Japan is much better at putting a larger variety of Pokemon on its merchandise. Man, I wish I was a little Japanese kid so I could be like, but mom, I want a slice of the Scorbunny cake. In all seriousness, if I ever visit Japan, this is the kind of stuff I'm going to have my eye out for. I am a weeaboo. In conclusion, one thing that this pointless video has proved is that Asian Pokemon merchandise is much cooler than the stuff made for the Western world. And that is pretty depressing. I'm gonna go look at import costs and cry myself to sleep now. If you like this video and want to see more in the future, be sure to like and subscribe and share the video with your mates. You know, share the love. You never know. Maybe if you guys enjoyed this video enough, I'll do another one of these showing off even more interesting Pokemon collaborations in the future. I've been Cheesy Boy, and you've been watching a weeb dorking out over things that don't matter. See you guys next time. Peace.